why do you do this, or why aren't you doing this? And I'm constantly trying to, because see, this is the biggest thing, is I need to understand who I am. Do you know what I mean?
Man, you're like, I was just talking to somebody about this and I said the same exact thing. It's like making me, it's refreshing. What's a struggle you've been having?
A struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. A struggle I've been dealing with.
Man.
I'd say it's based around the health thing, because
Based on what?
health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, health and just leading a healthy lifestyle in general. Because I try to prioritize sleep and things like that. But like business actually gets in the way of that. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I have, for example, if somebody's working until 11 p.m., I'm trying to be asleep by 10, but I have to stay awake till 11 because I have to arrange things for him to get out of there. So it's like, it's a little bit excessive, like what he's got me doing.
Who's he?
One of my gods.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my employees.
Okay.
So it's like I have to arrange things for him to get out, and it's kind of a burden, and it does mess. It not mess with my sleep. It probably takes like an hour. I have to wake up extra, and then after that hour, I have to wind down.
But how do you, and that takes over your health?
No, not well. It's a small portion. Like
Yeah.
I want to not health, lifestyle, like a healthy lifestyle. Like I want to wake up at 5-6 a.m. I want to be in the gym early in the morning. I want to have solid sleep, because that's something I think is like one of the keys.
Yeah.
Is sleep.
Yeah.
It's like if you're like I can't remember who said it, but they were saying if you do like a solid workout but don't get a good sleep, that workout was only worth 50% of what it could be without the rest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one portion of it. And then, it accounts towards like, waking up later, missing the morning, and then starting work. And then, you just go throughout the day, and throughout the day you're feeling lethargic because, you didn't sleep properly. And it just has a knock-on effect, you know what I mean? So like that's the biggest thing I've been trying to deal with, is like really prioritizing sleep. I was a couple of weeks ago, I started swimming.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like I love swimming, and I know that it's really good for sleeping, right?
It makes you exhausted.
Yeah. But I ended up like damaging one of my ears with the water. Like it got blocked for a couple of days, and it was just a headache.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and it's just like, my wife saying, no, you're not going swimming now, blah, blah. I'm just like, come on, man.
I started developing fungus in my ear because of swimming. So I just stopped.
I think we should just get plugs, man.
Right? Yeah.
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 I'm not comfortable with like all these bits and stuff, you know what I mean?
And then after like I started using the saunas with all the moisture, like the doctor told me, it just started fungus. But then, and that was one thing that I had to battle for like 9 months straight, because it kept on going and coming back, and it brings me back to the health. Like when something like that happens to you, then you realize that, health, like I'm so blessed. My health is like good,
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know, like alhamdulillah, I haven't had like a major health setback, but it just makes me realize that I'm healthy. So, but you're struggling with health right now, right?
Yeah, like not lifestyle, healthy lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle.
Because the small things have knock-on effects, and it's like like somebody could say, "Oh, that's an excuse," and sometimes I do question myself, like, why are you making these excuses? Like, oh, why? Like, I reflect a lot, and just to really see, like, what are you doing? Why are you not doing what you think that you want to be doing? So I do look at it sometimes, and I just think, you need to shake yourself, because I always tell myself, gonna go work out, blah blah blah, this and that, and it's just like tomorrow, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm the only one holding myself back. So, and that's the whole focus for the year. Like I've told myself, work out, eating right, vegan. I've already made a few switches into vegan. I've been trying like the vegan meat.
That's such a hard thing to do.
No, because you know what, bro? Like I went, where was it? HEB or Walmart or something like that. I found Impossible burgers. Have you tried them, bro? They're just like,
I have.
they're legit.
Yeah, they are legit. But I feel like whenever I eat those, in my head, I'm just thinking, man, this is not meat. This is not meat. Like
As
I don't know why. I don't know why.
you're just pushing it away. But see,
I
the
am,
thing is,
yeah.
it's like it tastes like it feels like it. Like some of the vegan stuff that you do get
Yeah.
is kind of it is kind of fake, and you can feel that it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
But that was legit, man, and I was just like, because I watched that documentary Game Changers, and it shows you what it does to your blood. Like they measured performance of somebody uh, who ate vegan versus someone who ate like meat, and
The vegan was
you
more.
perform better. You know what I mean? Because there's something to do with your blood vessels, how meat like clogs it up, kind of. You know what I mean?
Our last conversation, you talked about the vegan stuff as well a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, I was thinking. So last night, I didn't want like I didn't feel like felt like staying in and watching a movie with my parents. Right. I was thinking about like what should I should start something really new in the years, and I thought about being vegan. It's just so hard. But I think what I will do is like eat meat like 3 times a week instead of every day because I eat meat every single day.
Yeah, yeah,
But now the question comes that okay, if I'm working out and my goal is to develop more muscle, right?
yeah.
I just need to do more research on that because like I know meat is like protein and everything. So I need to make myself more knowledgeable on that first.
Yeah, because like seeds, nuts, like when I was bulking, like when was it? I think 2018. I was probably smaller than you in size. Like I
Are you
was.
calling me small?
How much do you weigh?
Are you calling me small?
Like slimmer.
Okay, I weigh 160 right now.
Yeah, so I was just slightly under. I was about 158, right?
Yeah.
And my lung collapsed.
Oh yes, you
And
told
then
me that.
yeah, and then the doctor was like, sometimes when you're tall and you're slim, it happens. And I was like, all right, it's obviously something else. But I took it for what it was, said, and I started bulking. I was eating a lot of chicken,
Yeah.
but I was eating a lot of so like a lot of seeds and nuts, but basically not just as they are, like milled hemp seeds, and then powdered nuts, and then making smoothies and that without that. And I gained a lot of weight quickly, and
So
it was muscle mass.
my thing is that and you can gain muscle mass,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But how do you gain muscle mass while being vegan?
It's like
Just like eating nuts and everything. Okay.
yeah, like you just have to measure it. Like it's soybeans and like those kind of beans and seeds, nuts. They all have protein. Like well, yogurt is dairy, so that's not vegan.
Yeah.
But there is like quite a few things out there that you can replace it with. You know what I mean?
Maybe vegetarian instead of vegan. I think I'm gonna do that because vegan is like non-dairy.
Yeah, because you still have the eggs and the milk
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know that. Okay, veganism and vegetarian diet is a healthy lifestyle, but I think I don't know. I feel like I'm good on my end. I don't know, but the thing is, I still focus a lot on my health,
Yeah.
like a lot. Like I don't like I try to not eat that much fried foods and things like that. I don't drink soda, that. And I haven't had soda in like years. I avoid like all the sugary stuff, all desserts and everything. But I mean, I don't know. And like, what about vegans or who have like sodas every day or who have like I know they can't eat fried meat because it's fried or like
Yeah.
or it's meat, but they still have like that stuff. So I don't know how to like I'm not knowledgeable enough to
I think
see what's better.
I think well, it is depends on the person, because some people do it for moral reasons. Some people do it for like killing animals is no good, all of that kind of stuff. But then some people, like I'm doing it solely for health reasons.
Yeah.
Like what I learned is that people say, "Oh, the cavemen used to eat raw meat." No, they didn't. They didn't used to eat meat. It's scientifically proven that
They didn't use to eat meat.
no, they like uh, they did some research on the teeth, and it shows that the teeth, like the what's called incisors that we have, that like they're not made for meat.
The gums or
No, teeth.
Oh, the teeth
Yeah,
themselves. Okay.
yeah, like the the ones that are, each teeth has different shapes and
Yeah,
uses,
yeah.
right?
Oh, the molars.
No, the incisors, like the corner ones.
Okay.
Some
Oh,
people
okay.
look like
Okay.
fangs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they say that those are not made to go through meat. It's like it's made to go through like tough plants. And how did they?
That is really new to me. Like I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, and also, the way that they also found out was through the bone marrow fossil or whatever it was of the human before it was of that of a vegan. So they were more fruit and plant based things, beings, as opposed to meat eaters.
That's crazy to think because like we all know that or we all thought that they're just,
Like
cavemen were
raw meat. Yeah, you just think grab an animal, kill it. No, it wasn't the case. And it's like, I can't remember which animals it was, but they were saying that humans have the capabilities of seeing many different colors. Like some animals, they say, "Oh, animals are colorblind,"
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they don't need to see red fruits in a tree or
Yeah.
yellow fruits in a tree. Whereas the humans have the abilities to see all these different colors because we can see that plant or that fruit. You know what I mean? Because every time I think about this whole thing,
Yeah.
I think way before like like the level of beings we are now. Like everything's so forward now. Like think about it when the human race began.
Do you believe in evolution? Theory. No, this is in my head, and I know it's a little bit controversial, but we don't have to put it on the podcast. But like, do you
No,
believe
no.
in the evolution theory? Like, we came from monkeys or
Honestly,
apes?
I don't know.
Okay.
See, like I question a lot of things, and that's
Yeah.
why I feel like when it comes to the religion side of things,
Yeah.
I really struggle a lot with it. And it's because I question everything so much. Like I really think like, what evidence is there? Like faith is cool. Do you know what I mean? Faith is one portion of it,
Yeah.
and then it's like, this is the information era where we're just constantly fueled information, and they have all these methods of research and stuff like that. I'm not saying we came from monkeys. I'm not saying we came from Adam and Eve. Do you know what I mean, or whatever? I don't.
You're still questioning.
Yeah,
Of course, you're in that. Okay.
I don't even have a decision on where my
Yeah.
thoughts lie with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the same. Yeah, similar. But I think I mean, as long as like I'm trying, which I know that I'm trying, and I'm like trying to seek more knowledge.
Yeah.
In terms of my faith and my religion, I think that's where, as long as I'm trying, God will guide me. But
at the same time, like the thing is, it's weird, man. 2019.
Yeah.
Like, because see, the thing is, I never grew up around the Muslim community.
Oh yeah, you did not.
Yeah, no, I grew up
Around a white community.
Yeah,
right?
like
Christian community.
Yeah, Christian. Like when I was in school, like they would take us to church for like services and stuff like that, and that's what I knew. Now I didn't think, like I'm a Christian, because I knew my heritage.
Yeah.
Anybody asked, like the only thing that growing up was consistent was halal.
Okay.
And it's like a boundary we wouldn't cross for some reason.
Yeah, we wouldn't cross.
Just as a kid, it was the norm for me. Like we don't eat swine, we don't eat pig.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
But have you gotten to a point where you've like that okay, this is why?
No. So, I mean, I know why I don't eat pig now. Do you know what I mean?
But in terms of faith, do you know why we don't eat pig?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know that. But my point is like, growing up, that was the norm for me. But I wasn't brought up around learning the Quran, learning about the religion.
You were just told what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah. And, when I was like 8, I went to Pakistan for like the best part of a year and really went to study the Quran. And I went to school in Pakistan for a short time.
Yeah.
Learned the culture a little bit and stuff like that. I was 8, so it didn't really stick with me when I came back. But years later, so as the years progressed, so when I was say 14 or 15, I moved to an area which had like this, South Asian community, and there was
over there in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was from I was born in Wales, which is a country like south, and then a few years later, I went to Scotland. And like in Wales, there is those communities. We were living in a village that was predominantly white. Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, I moved to Scotland, and when I got to Scotland, Dundee actually, there was a community of these Asians, and we would only partake in Jummah prayers because we get a little bit extra time on lunch. So we're excused to come back later. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it was at that time.
Okay.
And obviously we would go and we would pray. But when I'm praying, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following the actions.
Yeah. That's true.
Then as years progressed, I kind of started questioning it a little bit. And then I was just like, this it's a thing, man. So I started looking into it on my own, and then eventually, like, it came to a point when I was like, okay, let me get an English Quran and let me start reading it.
Okay.
And I was reading it, and I've dealt with mental health problems before. So when I used to pick up a Quran and read it, it just felt like my anxiety would just disappear, and my depression and things like that. It makes me like,
It was more of an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Which it is, of course. Yeah.
So I started doing that, and then like I was talking to some people like, hey, can you teach me about this and that? Like, teach me how to pray properly, all of that kind of stuff. And as the time progressed, it went on there. And then the whole thing about business going bad over there, and my mindset going bad, and then I was just praying. Like, I wasn't praying for something. I was just like,
You're just praying.
Guidance. I was just
okay, but you were praying for guidance.
Yeah. So I wasn't like, I need some money. I need this. No, I just need guidance. I don't need to, try and do anything myself. Just like, just show me an opportunity. And that's when America came knocking on the door. So that made me think, whoa, this thing, it works.
Yeah.
Because I was like, opportunity.
Opportunity came.
And it came knocking, and I was just like, man, do you know what I mean? So I'm always back and forth with like, where I actually am.
Yeah.
But my mind's an open book, man. Do you know what I mean? I look at everything open.
There's this book called The Divine Reality by Hamza Zorxis. I don't want to butcher the last name, but I began reading it. It was a little, big to process. But I haven't finished it, of course. I've only read like a chapter or two. I think 2 chapters. And I kind of, I don't know why I did not continue. It's been a month. But it's a book about that. About like why... Well, it's a book about like God, Islam, and the marriage of God, Islam, and atheism, right? It's about God, Islam, and atheism.
Yeah.
And it just talks about like what atheist thinks and things like that. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. You should definitely look into it. Definitely like a lot of like concepts and things you might have to research more on the side away from the book. But I think it's really important for me to finish it, and for anybody who's like trying to seek more knowledge in terms of religion and faith and atheism on it as well. But I really want to read it. The Divine Reality by Hamza Zorxis. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll look into it definitely.
Okay. But how's your health? Like overall right now?
I feel good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, like
from the past like month is it better?
Yeah. Like, see, the thing is I've not felt sick. I've just been having like certain symptoms.
Yeah.
Which has made me panic a little bit.
Okay.
So that's when I'm like getting it checked out and everything, and the doctor's just like, yo, test. So I'm just going through.
Now
the process.
How are the symptoms?
They're easing up a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I'm on medication.
Okay.
A little bit. So I just have to really take a few actions in just becoming more healthy, because blood pressure's stress. And
do you drink soda still?
I do a little bit, but like, especially over the last few months, I've cut it down a lot. Like,
what do you think your main cause of health issues is? Am I looking at it right now?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah, that's a huge thing on its own, man. And see, the thing is, it's like the doctor says, if you don't smoke cigarettes, you won't go through physical withdrawals.
It's just mental withdrawals. But you're so strong mentally, man. Like,
that's the thing, man. It's like, you know what? Like, honestly, I've battled hard drugs before, right? Like opioids. This whole epidemic going on. I battled that, and that was physical withdrawals, and that's the hard. But the thing is, it's more than just a mental addiction. It's a behavior issue.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So there's underlying than just a bad habit. It's an actual behavior. It's crazy.
But you have in the past you have been successful in like leaving it be like just once a week even, right? In the past there have been times, but you always come back to it.
Yeah. They've done studies, and the number one success for quitting cigarettes is a huge health scare.
What?
Like the people who succeed in
Yeah.
like quitting smoking cigarettes
Yeah.
is from like the number one method is from having a huge health scare.
Health scare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
yeah.
like, they have a slight
Something happens.
stroke or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And that really like shakes them up.
But it didn't shake you up.
No, because I've not had a huge health scare. Like, I mean, the thing I'm going through, I have, it's a long term thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like if I kind of change a few things now, I can be cool till I'm like 70, 80. Like,
Okay.
I don't think anything's gonna happen in the next 10 years.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
But did you think this was gonna happen so soon?
I wasn't informed.
But did you think it would like? I mean,
I didn't
you
think
wouldn't be informed until it would happen, right?
No, because see, the thing is I knew I had the issue from birth,
Yes.
but I was always told you can lead a normal life, and then
Yeah.
the symptoms started coming, and I was just like, whoa.
But it just started happening now, and you didn't like see it coming.
Yeah, no.
So what do you think is gonna like?
Like all my relatives are saying, like, you're 28, you're not 50 or 40. Why are you getting high blood pressure? And I'm just like, and it's been a tough life.
May God make it easy.
Yeah.
But what do you think is gonna make you be like, yo, like that's it. I'm not doing this anymore.
I
Like, is
need
it
like
a bigger health scare?
No. I'm really in the process of like I constantly talk to myself.
Okay.
Like, why do you do this, or why aren't you doing this? And I'm constantly trying to, because see, this is the biggest thing is I need to understand who I am. Do you know?
Man, you're like, I was just talking to somebody about this and I said the same exact thing. It's like it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you need to figure out who you are, what and all of that kind of stuff. And it's such a deep thing, and you constantly have to talk to yourself and be like,
Why are you the way you are?
yeah, and why can't I just
Do it.
yeah, you know what I mean? Why can't I?
Yeah.
It's great. It's like it can all be so simplified, but it's really not. Do you know what I mean?
So what would make it simplify? Like what do you think would need to happen for you to be like, like I'm done. No more. Because in the past you have mentioned that to me that hey, like, I'm not doing this, or like I'm just going cold turkey.
I've done it before, okay, when I've gone cold turkey, and I really,
I know you think about this a lot though.
yeah,
Like,
and
I know you do.
And you know what most smokers do, because see, the thing is, yeah, any smoker who's a smoker like I am, I don't think any of them actually enjoy smoking. Like, there's nothing.
They were just introduced to it and they just started.
Yeah, and because see, the thing is the behavior behind it is that one cigarette will do nothing to me, and it's that constant thing of this one, and it's like that thing we were talking about, how the small trajectory change,
Yeah.
huge like results difference. It's like, for example, the first day you went to the gym, when you went home, did you see any difference?
No.
Day 2 to day 3, did you see any difference?
Day 90, yeah. But not
No. Day 2 to day 3.
No,
Okay,
no.
day 3 to day 4.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
But from day 1 to day 90,
Yes.
you see the change.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But you don't see the small 1% in a day. Do you know what I mean?
Same thing back to Atomic Habits, right?
What?
Atomic Habits.
Yeah,
same
that's
thing,
what I'm saying, the trajectory.
Yeah,
The small
yeah.
changes daily make different huge results at the end of the story. Do you know what I mean? Or the later on in the journey. So it's the same thing with cigarettes. People think one cigarette won't hurt me, and it's less like one after another, and they think the same thing, and it's a behavior issue. So it's something that's like really like drumming in my head, like I really need to do it. In the UK, they give all the replacements, nicotine replacements, like for free, because healthcare is free.
You used patches too, right? You told me.
Patches are quite effective. And this is what I'm saying. In the UK, when I was talking to my doctor about, finishing the cigarettes, they were like, okay, we will prescribe you 2 items. And I was like, why you need two? And they were like, take the patch as a base for the whole nicotine thing. And when you have the cravings, then you take the gum or the lozenge or the spray or whatever.
Okay.
And the last time I tried to quit smoking, I had the patch on,
Yeah.
but I didn't have the secondary, and I was having the cravings. So I would just go and smoke with the patch on, and I think it'd be cool. I would just, instead of smoke 20 a day, I'd probably smoke like 5, but I'd still have the patch on. And it's a whole process. So it's like you have to go through, I'd say, a 3-month channel, like of weaning off it, basically. A 3-month process of weaning off it. So the first month you start, or the first couple of weeks, you start off with the heavier patches and then lighter and lighter until you're like at a point where
Smoking and like all these vaping and everything has just been really interesting to me. Like I've never smoked, right? I think, I mean, I've like, inhaled and exhaled, vape and everything is like, but just once or twice. But like
how old were you when you tried it?
this high school, like throughout my high school, like a lot of my close friends, their goal was to like, because I mean, in high school you kind of have a bunch of different kinds of friends, right? So
Were you the friend that didn't do anything and they were trying to break you?
yeah, and bro, I was mentally strong. Like I was just like, man, no, I know, like what I'm gonna get into, because I don't know, I feel, and a lot of my friends, like even like I kind of saw them kind of like I'm just doing this once a while and everything, and then it turns to twice a while, and turns to once a week, and then it turns to every day, right? So it's just like you see these things, and then you kind of understand people why the way they are, right? It's just really interesting to me to kind of like see somebody from getting introduced to something, from doing it every day, from doing it twice a day, to like also just making their friends do it, peer pressuring more people to do it, and then they go through the same cycle, and so it's kind of like, how did you get introduced to it?
Does your parents smoke? Any of them?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No?
So that's the thing. My dad was on and off with it for years, but my mom is a smoker.
Okay.
So when I was 15, we'd pinch a couple and we'd just go with our friends and be like, yeah, let's try this. Just up to no good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't see, it's almost like it's a cool thing in school. You know what I mean? When you're 14 or whatever.
It is. It is. Unfortunately, it is. Like everybody's just like my parents. I think my dad, he did like do just cigarettes once in a while, but like his whole family, like all my dad's brothers, all of them heavy smokers, right? Yeah, and even my mom's family, all my actually uncle, his sole cause of disease or sole cause of health issues from how he passed away, unfortunately, was because of smoking, right? So it was just like my whole family wise, everybody smokes, but immediate family, parents, no. But
And in the UK, it was like, see, the thing is like, that was 13 years ago when I started. And it was like, it was different to actually be able to acquire cigarettes as well. Yeah, so basically in the UK, acquiring cigarettes at those times was easy. Like on lunch during schools,
yeah,
like the ice cream vans would sell you like singles and stuff like that. Like
Really?
Yeah, it was like kind
the
of
ice cream vans.
yeah. So they like pull up outside school and people get their sweets and snacks and stuff. And then the odd few would be able to get like cigarettes for like 50 pence and stuff like that. So it was a lot different.
Yeah.
And you see, like in today's age, have you heard what New Zealand has done?
Mm-mm.
So from 2022, they're raising the age that you're allowed to buy cigarettes, and every year they're gonna raise it 1 year. So in the next 40 years, no one will legally allowed to buy cigarettes.
I think I heard that. Not something like that, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is there a country? Is it New Zealand as well, or not? I mean, it can be, because the after, like, I think if you're born after 2012, selling a cigarette to you would be illegal.
No.
Something like that, or
No. Because the people who smoke now,
yeah,
they obviously they smoke. So it's like every year they get older, they keep pushing it. I think that they start on the age of 14 or something
That's
like that.
crazy. So if somebody's like 20 right now, the minimum age of smoking is 21. If they go to 21,
The age will be 22.
22, so they can never smoke.
They'll never be able to legally purchase those cigarettes.
But that's such a hard thing to regulate.
No. It's just like, it's the same as it is now. Like, you go into Walmart, you try to buy a pack of cigarettes, they ID you. If you look under 40, they ask you for ID.
Really?
So if you're not 21,
Yeah.
I think that's the age here, right?
Yeah, 21.
They won't sell it to you. Do you know what I mean?
But okay,
They don't-
it's still hard to regulate, is it not?
no. It'll be the same as it is now.
Government-wise?
No, it's the same as it now. It's just a different number.
Okay.
Like, I think they're starting with, I think it's 14 years old, like this year. So
Okay.
so it's like,
So right now the age is 18, I'm guessing, over there.
something like that. Well, whatever age they're starting at, it's just going to be, it's a window. I think it's 14 years old, because the likelihood of a 14-year-old actually smoking is so slim, whereas a 16-year-old is a little bit higher. Do you know what I mean? Because they might go through that mischievous phase.
Yeah.
So they're starting at like a low level. So every year, so like the 14-year-old, when they get to 15, it'll be like 22 or whatever. They'll be like there's a small window.
Just one. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But it was a really cool concept. Do you know what I mean? Idea.
I do want to get more of your thoughts on this, because I feel like you have thought about this a lot. What is making you not letting yourself come to a conclusion of the answer to this question? Like, what's gonna happen for you to just like stop? Because I feel like
Answer the wall.
I like smoking. So like,
Oh.
what will have to happen for you to just stop, or what would happen to a lot of smokers out there that's just gonna force them to just stop? Is it just health?
Yeah, the health thing is the only thing, because it's like there's been plenty of studies on it.
So would you say you're kind of waiting for that health thing?
I mean, as of right now, yes, because I get no benefits from it.
Yeah.
The only thing it drains your health and it drains your money too. So there's no benefits from it. Like, the only thing is like, sometimes you do look forward to a cigarette when you crave it,
Yeah.
and then it's like, you smoke and you just like that taste, that everything about it is, there's nothing nice in it.
And you would say the same thing for like, vape. The little kids are starting to.
I've never, I have. I've tried it, but I strongly advise against vaping. Just because when cigarettes first came out, everyone was like, it's healthy. Like, I'm not saying that's what brought me in, but like in the 60s or 70s, whenever,
Yeah.
they used to advertise it as, it's good for you.
No, even vapes, like now, like people are, all these campaigns, like they're showing how people what are the effects now, because now they've had time to kind of,
exactly.
and nobody's gonna believe it until it starts happening to them, unfortunately.
Exactly. And it's just, it's just most like life as a whole. Everyone thinks, they can start fixing their lives by adding more things. Like,
Yeah, whoa,
Do you know what I
that's such a good way to describe it.
it is. It's just like, okay, I need to get slim, so I'm going to add some more supplements, or I'm going to, add this, add that. And
Yeah.
really, you need to take away a lot of stuff. And it covers, this thing is like in many different aspects,
Yeah,
You need to remove a lot of stuff from life.
this is crazy. I'm just gonna read something that I wrote a while ago, and let me know what your thoughts on it. Because like the adding part, you just kind of like reminding me of something.
Mm-hmm.
So I put this right. It wasn't something about adding itself. It was something about like being late, to something. Let me see where I can find it. There we go. Oh yeah. So a part of it is from a writer as well. I don't know his name, but when I do, we can put it together. 1 second, let me just find it. Okay. So, all right, let me know what your thoughts on this. Lateness, right? Lateness is not solely jumping on something too late as it goes out of fashion, but instead delaying what you desire to do. To me, lateness is that boxing class you've wanted to go to when you were 18, and now you're 30 with 3 kids, and you have no time to even go on a break. Lateness is delaying that project you wanted to record at the beginning of the year, but you haven't yet because you convinced yourself you need a mic with a shock absorbing mount and a top end MacBook Pro 16-inch before you can write your new song. Lateness is that book you've convinced yourself you can't write yet because you need a PC with a 12 core processor, 24 gigabyte CPU, 64 GB of RAM to be able to do so. Lateness is that opportunity you have to tell someone you love them, but you allow your stubbornness and pride to get the better of you and end up losing the opportunity forever. To me, lateness is the lateness is the healthy lifestyle you could have maintained throughout your youth, but you decided to let your old age compensate for your bad diet and inactivity. Lateness is simply any opportunity consciously overlooked or any idea intentionally delayed and disregarded. I wish I could go back. Disease gets to us, but unfortunately, there is no cure.
I like that.
What do you think?
I agree with it, man, because no, like, it's
We catch ourselves doing it so much,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like we need something to get started on something.
Yeah.
Why do we do that so much?
It's I don't know. It depends, like how you look at things. Like, if you watch my first YouTube video, I recorded it with the iPhone 8, and I think it was the Blue Yeti, or without a mic, and just every production, because that's what I was before I started out. I was talking to you about a podcast for a time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, nah, I need all this good stuff, blah blah blah, and then eventually I just got to the point where I was like, nobody's gonna watch it at the start.
You just gotta start.
You just gotta get out there. Man. Just start putting stuff out. And the first video I realized, okay, this was good, that was bad, this was bad, and every video I tried to step it up
better and better. And
do you know what I mean? And if you actually look, there's only a few videos on my channel. There's quite a big jump between each video.
Yes, yes. I saw yesterday. I did look at your first video as well. When did I see the old video? Not the old video, the previous video that we shot together right now. Yeah, that was yesterday, right? We were talking about it yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, yesterday or the day before.
Whenever we were talking about it, at that same day, I went to your channel. I looked at your past videos and like, man, your last two ones were good because I know the last one was made here. The other one was made in your house, right?
No. Where
was the second last one made?
I was sitting there. Like, that desk was there. And I was sitting there.
Oh.
And you could see this behind. This was further away,
Okay.
I was just sitting there. And,
okay.
And I was using my phone.
Yeah.
And the ring light. That's it. For that camera.
Yeah, the last two ones were amazing. But which one are you gonna choose to be your setup, or are you gonna keep on?
I'm keeping at this.
Very
Well, I mean, variety? It's just wherever I'm okay. Comfortable. But
because then it's a whole journey to move and stuff too. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, like you said, we have to keep people think in order to change themselves or in order to be a little bit better, they need to keep adding things to their life. Yeah. Man, that's so true. That is so true.
Because,
go ahead.
Yeah, we become so this whole consumer mentality, things and stuff, and honestly, I talk about doing big business, big money, big things. I would be very happy, living I've said it before a few times, just living in a quiet a farm or ranch, just with my things there and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Just get away from all this noise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just you need to take away some of the stuff from life.
Yesterday I went horseback riding.
Oh, yeah?
In Waller, Texas, an hour away. Yeah. It was fun. But then the guy over there, this guy, him and his family, I think his family together, they own a bunch of land, right? They do Airbnbs over there, and they're just just country people, away from the actual the chaotic world, but still they know the trends. They invest in crypto. Okay. They do Airbnbs, of course. They know the trends, and the way they know the trends is because they horseback riding. So the guy who led the horseback riding, him and his two little kids, they were kind of guiding us, right? Mm-hmm. And I was just talking to them. while riding the horse, and he just told me that the only reason he does horseback riding is because people from all over the U.S., when they come to like Texas or when they come around to Austin, because the place was like an hour away from Austin, an hour away from Houston. It's like just right in the middle. And people from Europe, everybody comes and they just talk, and he likes to get more perspective on it, right? And he said that, oh, he just owns a bunch of horses and they're trained, so why not, right? And yeah, man, it kind of is so like refreshing to see that, and those people, like, they can live just so calmly outside of the chaotic world, but still, like, because I think that would be my biggest concern as well, because I try to like meet more people and understand more people, and the way he's doing it, that's the way I would want to do it as well,
Yeah.
because why not, you know? But yeah, pretty cool guy. I think he would be in his like early 30s or late 30s, I would say. And yeah, he was born and raised in like a small farm and everything as well, but he's like talking crypto and things. I'm like, dude, what? You know, like just straight up country accent.
Yeah.
You know, just like wearing like, you know, just his whole family, just you can see that they're like, you know, raised and grown up on farms and like, you know, fierce kind of people.
Yeah.
You know, amazing people though. But yeah, it just kind of makes you think a lot. I'm just like, man, I'm so
Yeah.
happy I met him, you know.
That's the thing with meeting people, man. You get like, you see different perspectives, see different like types of people as well. And you know, it's a kind of blessing and a curse. Like, I moved around a lot.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you know, you get to see so many different types of people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I've met people who are like way at the bottom and way at the top, and it's just like, you know, a lot in between as well. And it's like, you know, you do get a lot of perspectives as opposed to like, well, that guy you're talking about, he's a small town guy, but like, it's like all these personalities come to him, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I know some people who have lived in like small villages their whole life, and they don't know anything more than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're just happy like that.
Yeah. And it's I mean, even some people I know now, man, they have this small town mentality and they're not happy, you know. And it's like they don't want to do anything about it, but you know, that's them. But that guy seems like he's just got like different perspectives always coming
Right.
at him, you know.
And that's the best part about like meeting more people. What was the biggest change when you moved here? I've asked you this before, but like kind of what was the biggest change? Like what was something that's new? Was it business? Like was it business opportunity that just came something new? Was it the minds of people? What was it? When you moved from Scotland or the UK
The circles of people,
circles of people.
the types of people I would meet here.
Okay.
That was it was a big difference.
Types of people. So how are the types of people here and the UK? How are they different?
So it's not so much they're different as the types of people that I used to bring myself around.
Okay.
And over there, it would be people who, a lot of criminals.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of criminals.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had a good while thinking about the right word to use.
Yeah.
You're like a lot of criminals.
Yeah, because it's like even a couple of friends that I keep up with now,
Yeah.
you know, they're still into what they were doing, and it's just like, you know, I mean, life is what you make it, man. And like the whole change is like I spent my most of my life around these kind of people, and it's like, you know, I'm not bigger or better than them. It's just, you know, I grew up the same way they did, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I can just see that, you know, not you become a product. You do become a product of your environment, but you know, if you're hanging around 5 millionaires, you probably become the 6.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that, and you know, since I've been here, it's completely different kind of people. You know, like not to say that was only the kind of friends I had over there.
Yeah.
But predominantly, like.
But you had to remove yourself from the whole environment and start a new environment here that's allowed you to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's something when I really think about it, that kind of I realize that a lot of times that needs to get happen, even though like if you're growing up in a place and you don't hang out with the right people, or you hang out with the people you don't like, it's better to just remove yourself from the whole environment and go to a new environment to do it, to restart things, than just cutting off everybody and restarting your life over there. It's better, but of course people can do either way around. From my perspective, it's better, but of course a lot of people don't have the ability to just pack their things and move out, or like do
Yeah, I
something
mean,
else.
it's all about being proactive. Do you know what I mean? Like people don't make that, that call to like sacrifice, their weekends to save that little bit extra money and stuff like that, and it becomes a vicious cycle of you're never gonna get out of that system. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you actually take some proactive steps, and going back to what I was saying about thinking about everything a lot. Everyone used to tell me, "Oh, you got a different mindset. You got a different mindset." I'm just like, "What do you mean?" It's just like I always wanted more. I wanted to be in a better place, and constantly. Do you know what I mean?
But did you make it clear to them that you wanted that? That's why they didn't.
Everyone knew that I have
Okay.
these crazy dreams.
Okay.
Like,
And they just kind of labeled it out. They labeled them as crazy or something.
no.
Okay.
I mean, not crazy. Like, they used to tell me, "Oh, you're mad different, man. You're mad different." Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
And I was just like, it's just like if you know something, you know something. I can't think the way you think.
Yeah.
So I used to tell them like, why are you cool? Like not doing anything, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we spoke a little bit about this last time, and they will say, "Oh no, you've got 1 in a million mindset," and I'm just like, I don't think it is. I think you just don't have.
So they would say that, but then they wouldn't. Okay.
Because there's no difference. Like if I picked up a book and read it and learned, oh cool, I can make an extra $50 a week by selling lemonade or whatever. If he read that book,
Oh, cool. Okay.
he would learn the same thing too.
But he wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't have the proactive mindset to actually, I should learn something.
Humans are interesting.
Yeah, it's just like cheap entertainment, man.
I don't. But the thing is, the question is, can you you can't really. Can you blame them?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, because when I was not doing so well in life, only I was to blame. And my mom used to tell me,
okay,
you need to kick up the backside.
There's this type of weird concept that just keeps a lot of my, long conversations keep going back to. And there's this concept of blaming environments or blaming people. But the thing is, for me, if I were to think about it myself, I would be like, okay, I am because of the way I am, because of my environments and friends and everybody who's put in something in me.
Yeah.
If I were in a bad position and if I were to do the same thing myself, that, hey, I am the way I am because of my environments, and I would blame the environments instead of blaming me, would be not productive at all. But the thing is, that's how I think that wouldn't be productive at all because it's me, right? If somebody else, somebody that I know is, at a bad position in their life or something bad happened to them, right? I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't be like, hey, like, this is wrong with you. This is wrong with you. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. I would be, hey, like, what made you come to this point, or what are the types of people and environments you involved yourself in that led to this point? But the thing is, now it also goes back to the point, the concept of like blaming environments. I don't think you should blame environments because the thing is, if you blame environments, that doesn't allow you to grow yourself because you just blame everything on the environments, right? You need to blame yourself as well. But it's just this concept of like blaming environments or blaming yourself. Like, what do you do? I mean, you should do both. But if you think about it, then you're the way you are because of your environment. But can you really blame yourself?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like literally you v you. Like, there's no one else you can blame. Even environments, like, everyone has so much opportunity to seek information, to find information, to learn stuff. And the people who don't take it, it's all upon them. Like, I lived in the same places as these people the same way, We would work the same job. We earned the same money. Yeah. We partied the same. And it's just like, however many years later, I'm in this position and they are still doing that.
Yeah.
And it's just like where it comes down to understanding that if you want to elevate, you have to sacrifice. You can either be handed something or you gotta go and get it. Do you know what I mean? And to get it, you gotta really find out. Like, for example, in my earlier days, yeah, I'd make X amount of money, and before my next payday, it's all gone. And I'm just thinking, I'm not struggling to survive. I don't miss meals. There's minimum wage set in places for a reason.
Yeah.
That you can earn enough to survive, and if you take care of your things properly, you can build up some money on the side. It might take you 3 years, might take you 5 years, but if you keep the right mindset about thinking a bit further, thinking a bit like how to elevate, how to progress, and nobody wants to take that time. Nobody has that patience because they just see, I need $1 million. I need to jump to that $1 million. They don't think I need to get to my first 1,000, how to get to my first 2,000. Do you know what I mean? They just think I need to get to that $1 million. And they don't think about the small steps that it takes to actually, build it up. And, as time goes on, you compound everything. So by the time you get to your 100, it's just like, okay, cool. You can probably do like 10 here, 10 there instead of like the hundreds, you know what I mean? So it's just like, as things progress, more opportunities, more chance, and but they won't take that initial thing, and if they even do, they don't let it last.
And if you can't, so if one of them is your close friend, right, and if your close friend is going through something like that, do you think you should? And if they don't listen to you, right? Because I know like you do talk to people about this a lot, and if somebody that's your friend doesn't listen to you, they're like, you know what, you're trying to get them to the right path or right way to make money or right way to live. How do you go by it if they just don't listen to you? Do you just cut them off, or do you just because for me, I'm still there, but I have to understand there's a reason they're like that. There's a reason somebody is like that. There's a reason that they are thinking like that they are not listening to the people around themselves. Something happened to them. There's a lot of things. So if that happens to that, how do you go by it?
So basically, I look at it all as energies, man.
Okay.
Like if I'm trying to, inject this, positive flow of energy to someone, and they're not giving it back, or or even using it in their life, I really like limit myself from. I don't want to say putting that effort in, because I don't cut. I rarely cut people off. I just limit myself with them. It's just like, okay, cool, I'm here, but you're only going to get this much of me. I'm not going to spend an hour talking to you and telling you like, yo, you just need to save £200 a week. You just need to do that for 1 year. You got 10 grand in the bank. You got a cushion behind you. You can live a bit more freely. Do you know what I mean? You can go on holiday for a week, spend 2,000, but then you don't spend anything for another 8 weeks after that, and you get that money back. You know what I mean? And it's just like, trying to drill these things into people's heads, and they don't actually listen. There's only so much you can do. At the end of the day, it's down to the person. And if they don't want to change, like, nobody can change them for them.
In the last year,
The biggest mistake in the last year, probably not starting sooner, man. That's it. What about you?
I think. Oh, for me.
Yeah. Okay, what was the last thing you struggled with?
I'm thinking. Well, last thing I've struggled with is patience. I've talked to you about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I've struggled with in the past. I don't.
Are you still not doing anything?
Oh no, I'm not doing anything. I just like even my communication with people is just so bad right now. I don't know why. It's just I do know why, and the reason is that I've just been taking it too easy. I don't check my phone much right now. I've been spending my time with the family. My cat was a little bit sick, so I had to take care of it. Just my communication is a big issue for me right now. But of course I'm getting back to it now. But something that I recently struggled with was, so something that I recently struggled with was trying to fix a situation that is unfixable.
Okay.
And yeah, I had to realize it's an unfixable situation, so I cannot put in more effort to fix it. And even though I would want to fix it, even though I would want, um, and this is from a really long time ago, right? From a really long time ago, and I think there's just a lot of times there are, situations that happen to you in your life, friends that you lose, business that gets failed or something like that. You kind of try to like keep on. You don't move away from it. You just coming back to it, add more things to it, and try to fix it. And you just have to realize, hey, it's unfixable, and you just move on with it without, if you don't feel okay, if you don't like, feel good about it. But yeah, I have moved away from that though. So it's a struggle that I'm not going through anymore. But a struggle that I am going through right now is still patience. I want $1 million tomorrow. That's it.
I mean,
That's it, man. The thing is, I am patient. I am patient, but also I'm impatient. Like I know that things will take time. I know that over the course of time, in the next 10 years, by the end of 10 years, I will have what I want as long as I'm patient. But the thing is, let's say your goal is $1 million, right?
yeah.
If you are impatient for $1,000 a day, I think that makes sense. And I think I'm getting to that level. I don't want $1 million tomorrow. I really want to be impatient to make that $1,000 or $5,000 today and then go buy it. But it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot. Like, sometimes the concept of like patience is hard because we're just so used to all this instant gratification of social media and
Yeah.
like the likes and all this stuff. But you have to realize that things take time, but at the same time tomorrow isn't promised, so you want the thing tonight. So it's just a constant back and forth of like, hey, nothing is promised, no day is promised to me. I can die tonight, I can die in 90 years. There's just a lot of things to get taken control, but at the end of the day, I think as long as I'm trying, I'm okay. But
Yeah, that's the thing, because that's like, if you balance all of those things, yeah, like if you want $1 million tomorrow, but if you chase that
yeah,
consistently, you'll definitely get there. Do you know what I mean? It's instead of just wishing I'm going to win the lottery.
yeah,
Now you'll be like, okay, I need to do this to get me to like closer to that. Do you know what I mean? And you
yeah.
understand that, like, if you chase it hungrily without patience, then it's cool. But you gotta understand that million will just come like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of the times, like I know we talked about this earlier as well, chasing like a money goal to a lot of people, it seems like, oh man, what is this guy thinking? Why does he want money and things like that? But the thing is, if you have money, like enough money, you can at least live stress free. Like you don't have to worry about rent or anything. Like right now, I'm also studying as well, so like I have to. That's why just like I kind of right now is money is a little bit of goal. But I know that if I get to $1 million, I would definitely appreciate things less. But in order for me to not get there, I would want to through that journey, I need to figure out how to like get into the mindset of appreciating things more.
If you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
I don't know. This thing, I feel like people who have so much money, they keep on doing things and like why do you know how you see these people? Not to put anybody down, no disrespect to people, but I saw somebody talking about it as well. Somebody who did that to themselves, who were millionaires or they have multi-millions. I mean, you get to a point where you're just like, you know what? Let me just spend money on myself. Like, let me just get more plastic surgery done and things like that, and you just end up like just doing things for no reason. I don't want to get to that point. But if I had $1 million, I mean, I would just right now I would just create family wealth and make sure my kids are okay. But there's problems in that as well because your kids think differently. Then your kids can get spoiled. There's just a lot of things.
Yeah.
But if I had $1 million right now, I wouldn't know what to do. But I know that I need to get there for me to test out the theory of money cannot buy happiness or money can buy happiness, because I feel like that's a good mindset for me to have.
Yeah.
I know that money will not buy me happiness, but I know that I should experiment it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just so I can at least get that $1 million, right?
The thing is like, money is not the most important thing. But honestly, this whole life is a system, it's a game. It's the key to wealth. Okay? Let's think about it, right? We're in America.
Yeah.
If you need a good doctor, you need good insurance or good money. Okay? If you want to live in a nice area, you need good money.
If you want to be comfortable, you need money. You
Yeah,
cannot
it's-
be comfortable without money.
Yeah, and it's just like that's the thing. It's the key to wealth. Like, you know, it allows you to spend more on quality foods. It allows you to, you know, drink, you know, quality water or better, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it all adds up. Like, for example, yeah, if you had X amount of money, you can afford somebody to cook you the best food every day in your own kitchen, whatever, and you can focus on living a fulfilling time, spending time as you wish, not as you have to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we all work right now. We trade our time for money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And eventually we'll be trading money for more money.
Yes.
And, you know,
Inshallah.
we'll have our own time.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's just getting to that place of being free from chasing money.
From chasing money.
And it's like, this is one thing I preach as well. It's like, if you just, this is another thing, you know, talking to people who don't have this mindset is, if you just put in a solid, you don't even need to do 5 years, man, 2-3 years, yeah, like solid 2-3 years, yeah, and have a proper plan in place, you could be set up for the rest of your life.
What's the easiest way to make money right now?
The easiest way to make money.
Without saying, I touched the mic. Without saying NFTs or crypto.
NFTs is not a good place to make money.
Okay.
It's not a good investment. And crypto,
It can be a good investment right now if you understand it.
No,
but
it's not a good investment.
Really?
It's not a good investment.
Really?
It's good for business. It's not a good investment.
Oh, okay. Long-term investment, no.
No.
But it's good for right now. Like in the next day or two, if you want to trade, yes. I think so.
No.
Really? Still no?
No. It's good for business. If you're at a store and you're selling a product, it's good. But if you're the store and I'm buying it from you, bad choice. Because
Okay, I see what you mean.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's good to sell the product, but it's not good to buy the product to sell on.
Yeah, that's why. So there was this, what's his name? Somebody in the NFT world, not the NFT world. Somebody, a businessman, right? I don't know. It wasn't the Wolf of Wall Street. It was somebody, and they said, "Hey, if you have $5,000 right now, you need to go on Fiverr. You need to get somebody to generate you 1,000 NFT collection.
Yeah.
And one NFT collection consisting of 1,000 characters. You start selling them, and you'll make $1 million tonight.
Yeah.
Not $1 million, but big money tonight. And it makes sense. So it's good to sell them.
Yes,
but not buy them.
Yeah.
But what about buying and then selling? Because people,
the ones who are the ones who are selling.
it's like no,
because it's like there's so much hype around it. But the people who are making all the money, they're the ones minting it and selling it. You don't hear about people.
You want to mint NFTs? I'm down. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I've already started.
You have?
Yeah.
Really?
The first one I've done is the Est.93 logo.
Oh yeah.
Just to learn how to do it.
Okay, but it costs a good money to mint it.
The gas fee is like $200.
$200, right? Per JPEG.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Some people who are doing 6K.
Yeah.
Or people who are doing like 10,000 collectibles.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a lot of money.
But like some of these are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They are. But then also you get royalty fees every transaction too, right?
Yeah, if you set it up that way.
Okay, but yeah, what's a good way to make money right now without crypto, without stocks, without all these things?
Like, well, if you're talking about like actually like
if you have $1,000 in the bank, what do you need to do to make money without saying crypto or stocks?
The first way to make money is save money.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the thing. You could like, I wouldn't like unless you're going on Facebook and you're flipping small ticket items.
Don't buy that $5 latte, which is now $10 now. Like don't buy extra stuff. Just save it. That's your okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then even like these successful real estate moguls, they'll tell you, don't make your first investment a house. Make it a business because you need cash. You need cash. And a buy to let mortgage, you're gonna make a couple $100 a month. You can't do nothing with that. You're gonna put up like 50K or whatever to make up 100 a month. It's shit. That's no good.
You're right. Okay, so business ideas, go. With $1,000 in the bank, what can you do with $1,000?
Service cleaning business.
Cleaning.
Cleaning.
Like housemaids?
Yeah.
Oh, I've thought about that.
All you need to do is get the licenses and insurance in place.
Yeah.
And then basically you are just using manpower. So if you don't pay for anything, you don't need an office, you don't need any overheads. Yeah. If someone says to you, "Hey, we got this job, we'll give you $100," you call someone, "Hey, I got this job, take $70, go there and do it." They do it. Client pays you, you pay them, you got your $30.
Yeah.
And the licensing and insurance will cost you less than $1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you find the maids?
Indeed, Facebook jobs, Glassdoor, all these job sites, they're free to post on unless you want to sponsor them. There's all these job pages on Facebook as well. I see San Antonio jobs all the time. You can get recruitment agencies involved and all of that stuff as well. But if you don't want to do it, just make a few phone calls, go on Facebook, post who wants a job, $10 an hour, whatever.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? The only thing is at the start.
That's definitely going in the clip.
Yeah, in the start.
Yeah.
You would have to spend a lot more time, chasing clients, as opposed to spending money on advertising and stuff like that. You would have to literally, grind it out. That's not a bad thing.
But even advertisements, I think they can help a lot.
But they can. It depends what space you're in, because I know that security, the CPC for security is about $33.
If I were to see an ad on home cleaning, and if I was a homeowner, I would be like, yeah, I kind of need it if I don't have it, right? Yeah. So I would just okay, house cleaning services. I might try that.
Anything that requires there's a service, like a manpower service. Security is the same. The only thing with that is the legislations and requirements are different. Do you know what I mean?
Why didn't you start a construction company? Because I feel like you are the type of person who would kind of like chase that route as well.
No. Development is so risky.
But construction companies, if they get like 2-3 clients, man, you're huge.
If you have 2-3 clients, right, you're leveraging a lot of money. The market is moving so much. If it takes a 15% dip, you've been wiped out of the game. You're wiped out.
So how are like new construction companies so successful?
I don't know any new construction companies, but like for example, all these buildings going up.
Yeah,
bro, they're huge companies. My client.
Yeah.
Right. They have just in Harris County alone. Like $120 million worth of real estate.
See, with real estate, there's so much opportunity to make a construction company.
For development, I would only go into development later.
Okay.
Like if you can get on the ladder, buying and holding or buying and flipping, like, and especially once you understand the terms of the market, because in real estate and property, you leverage a lot of money. Okay. And it's the same thing with trading. If you're trading a leveraged account, your risk is boosted by the same amount that you're leveraged.
I lost a lot of money in the stock market.
Did you leverage any money?
So
for example, if you put $100
margin?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, if you use $100, some traders allow you to trade like $5,000. So with that $100, you've got $5,000 on the line.
Yeah.
So it's like your risk goes from say 2%, it goes up 50 times. Yeah. So it's 100%. So you're wiped out in one trade, as opposed to your stop loss would be at 2%.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Over leveraging is not good at all. I'm all for like good debt, but over leverage is dangerous, man.
I recently lost like good money into the stock market. Kind of makes me hopeless about like me getting back into stocks, because like I know it's a different topic, but yeah, in 2020 I started trading. 2019 I started trading, made money, lost money, lost a lot of money, sat back on it. Then I started trading again, made some money. Lost more money, and I stopped. And then I started trading again and I just lost money. All right. And then the money left is just like investments.
Oh, long term.
So I don't know. It just feels like
How long you been learning about stocks for?
But not like actively, like
Okay, so if that
not like learning, but kind of chasing the. Lord, I feel bad for saying this. Why am I like this hype of like stocks?
yeah.
Not hype of the stock market, hype of stocks themselves.
Okay.
And by seeing the amount of people talking about certain thing,
Yeah.
then basing my, which I did make good money on, but then I lost great money on. So it's just, kind of like makes me not want to go back into it. Like,
How long does it take for a doctor to become a doctor? How long?
a long time, man.
And how long does it take for the lawyer to become a lawyer?
A long time. Not that long, but a long time.
Yeah, but it's still like they have to go through a full system.
Yeah, but see, goes back to the impatience.
Yeah.
Like I want to put an option on a. I won't say Tesla stock because I hate Tesla stock now, right? on a stock and
No, see,
get that $1 million.
see, the thing is, when I started trading, it's about
You took courses though, right?
Yeah, 6 or 7 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That's what, and I went through the same thing as you did. I'd start, get excited.
What was the biggest trade you lost though?
Oh man, I lost like it was probably about £5,000 or £6,000 in like very in short space.
And did you have could you afford that loss?
No.
Okay, that makes me feel better about myself.
Definitely couldn't.
Yeah, because I thought okay. How did you overcome that?
It's you either win or you learn.
Okay,
that's how you gotta look at it.
Yeah, you're right. That's my initial thing was, but then I realized that hey, I need to learn. I need to learn. I need to.
Do you understand fundamentals of the market?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the technicals?
No.
Okay.
I need to learn the technicals.
Yeah, because earlier in my days, especially, I would be solely focused, and what I learned is the technicals. I learned how to read charts and how to do price structure and stuff.
Yeah.
And it works some of the time. Okay. Now I'm not saying that I'm an amazing trader or whatever. Later on, fundamentals are far superior than technicals, but technicals are good for your entries and exits. Okay, so if you understand the fundamentals, yeah. So if you use fundamentals to say, okay, the market's going this way,
yeah,
and then you use the technicals to say, okay, it's structure is about to hit structure,
yeah,
about to hit resistance,
yeah.
You sell off, yeah, and then you bounce, you wait for it to hit the range of the last support line, and then you set your stop loss there, or you set your stop loss a little bit over, because I'm not sure about what goes on in the brokers business.
Yeah,
I've heard that some brokers are market makers, and that sometimes they trade against you.
They do.
Yeah.
Not trading always or sometimes.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to ask the broker, are they true ECN? Are they market makers or are they just brokers?
Okay.
Because who is it? I think it's IG or one of the big. There's a few big brokers who actually trade money as well.
Yeah.
So they trade against you, and then they can. It's weird because.
But there are the brokerage platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a brokerage account with them.
Yeah.
They can basically manipulate the price to wipe you out, because they can see you've set your stop loss there, plus all the thousands of other people who've also set the stop loss there, they wipe you out, they've got your money. And it's it does get that dirty in this game. It does get that. That's why you need a true ECN. That's why you need to really research.
So these Webull and TD Ameritrade, do they not?
I don't know, but I know Forex brokers.
Okay,
Forex brokers. Yeah, okay. Forex, I think all of the American brokers are rubbish. My broker was Australian, but I'm not allowed to use them anymore because I'm in America.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to use them.
So now you have to use American platforms.
Yeah, and even it's no good. Because when I was in the UK, it was cool.
Hey, this is a different topic as well. I was having a conversation yesterday. Are there less homeless people in the UK
than
here? Like if you ratio wise,
Ratio, I wouldn't know.
like if you go out on the
You do
streets of
see them.
London,
You do see them, yeah.
like a lot or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Have you been to California here yet or
No,
no?
no, no,
Have you been to New York?
no.
Houston doesn't have that much.
Yeah, it is.
But
Homeless.
but
Have you been
for
downtown?
but yes, but if you compare that with the city, is 0.0075%
Of what they have? Or as a...
of in Houston, the population not 0.075 is a
Uh-huh.
percentage of homeless people in Houston.
Okay.
But if you go to California or something, it's probably a lot, or I've seen it a lot.
Uh-huh.
So my thing was I was gonna ask you if you saw a lot of homeless people in the UK.
See, the thing is, yeah, UK is very... the government look after people a lot over there.
They do, right?
Yeah, they do. But there is still homeless people there. And
Yeah.
they are, See, the thing is if you got kids, you're automatically like, you're cool. They'll give you a house, they'll give you rent, they'll give you everything. Everything. They'll give you money, they'll give you stuff.
Man, the UK is more people focused, and then the America is more like
Capitalist.
yes, business focused.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And that's why probably there's
No,
more
but I've thought about this as well recently, where America is such a huge economy where it won't be able to handle it, like all the problems. Because, like for example,
the thing is every state has its government, so they should be able to.
yeah,
It's just that they generate so much economy in the world. If they took a step down, they would affect the whole world now. Like it's such a big risk to change it to people focused now. So that's why if the UK is the UK and they take care of their people because of course they're people focused and they don't want to change, right? Because I feel like if they wanted to change, they would have already because they were the world's superpower at first, right? Well, I think they still are, and with America, they're almost the same, but
just
America
behind,
leads
yeah.
more, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, do you think the business or the capitalism is well, it should be the reason there are so much homeless people because they kind of step over them. Or that's the consumer market, right? They kind of take away from the consumers. Or no? What would you say?
No, it's a tough situation because everyone, like every homeless person out there has a different story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now here, like, because there's so much more here,
Yeah.
there's like, it gets, it's weird, it gets like difficult because some of the stuff here is wild compared to UK.
What do you mean? What kind of stuff is wild? In a good way or a bad way?
No, bad. It's just like the levels, like someone I knew last year, when they were short of money, the only option they would have to go get money would be to sell some blood. And
Okay. Here?
Yeah, here. And in the UK, if you don't have a job,
They would give money to you.
they give you an income. Enough to eat. Do you know what I mean? And make sure you had a roof over your head. And sometimes like they would be the middleman between you and your landlord. They wouldn't even like give you the money, they would just go straight to your landlord and pay your landlord. And that's private. Whereas if you go through them, they have their own housing. Like if you're like a woman with like 2 kids, but they'll give you a house.
But you would say there's more opportunity in America.
Oh, definitely. It's like the scale is so much wider here. Do you know what I mean? Like in the UK, like there's a lot of opportunity over there because look, we're these small people.
Why is the population decreasing though in the UK?
It's not decreasing.
It's not?
No, it's not.
It's increasing. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did I hear it was decreasing?
No,
then?
no, it's definitely not decreasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like but a lot of people are leaving the UK though. Are they or no?
No.
Because not a lot of people are leaving.
No,
America.
honestly, there's good things going on in the UK.
Okay.
Opportunities and all of that stuff.
Business opportunity as well.
Yeah. Like people, there's a lot of people who make a lot of money in the UK. Yeah. Like it was only in recent times where London became, behind New York and the financial capital of the world.
Really?
London used to be the financial capital of the world, and the UK as a whole is smaller than Texas.
Yeah.
Smaller than Texas, and used to be the financial capital of the world. So it's crazy. Like there is good opportunities over there. There's much more here. Like that's the beauty of America. What I've seen when I heard about it, the whole American dream thing. where people will say, you know, you come here, you know, you make it, this and that. And I thought, you know, it's whatever. It's just like the lottery. Well, my friend told me, he was like, you open up a business here, you will make money. It's the beauty of America. And I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I'm seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's so big and there's opportunities in every corner. It's just like, you got to find them and just, you know, bring it to life.
There was this TikTok I was watching one day, and it was somebody not from America, and they kind of, you know, like kind of they put pictures of some for just American like culture, like, you know, high school, like could be high school, could be, I don't want to like kind of say, or like, but yeah, it was like high schools, and it was like, you know, just things in America, right?
Yeah.
And the I think, I don't know if it was a girl or a guy, but the caption was that um it was sort of like wishing for that, and they were like, oh, only if I could, you know, only if I could. And then all these comment sections were like, where Americans saying, man, like, we don't know that, you know, you guys kind of dream of living like that, or like things like that. But then you realize, like, Americans, over here, people who are born and raised, they don't think like that. You know, over there, in the UK, even, and everybody, or in, you know, other Asia, South Asia, everywhere, they think that, you know, this is the beauty living,
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing living,
Yeah.
and Americans don't realize. It kind of made me think. I'm like, man, people like wish for that, you know, and kind of. It makes sense because of all the things I see on TV and things like that. It makes sense, but kind of makes you realize that you kind of like are, yeah, are blessed.
Yeah, like that's, you know, I said this to my wife so many times about, even, I don't want to say these homeless people, but I was just like, the value of your passport, you don't know.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like people in Pakistan, they have to wait 10 years in their process to get here.
To
And
get here, and
like,
that's only like a
I think India is
limit
like
of
15.
visa, right? So the blue passport, the blue passport. UK is blue too.
Now we go like dark red.
Dark red. UK, Canada, and America. These passports are
Gold.
gold. And the thing is, you see a lot of people who haven't been out of their own country and born here. I had a friend who who's born here, but his parents had immigrated from Afghanistan,
Yeah.
and they had blue passports, right? Like they became citizens and everything. And this was a really long time ago. And he told me that, like, the reason why he travels so much is because his dad told him to abuse his passport because of how much of a hassle he had to get through to get that passport. So kind of makes you realize, like, if people when people have this blue passport, or, you know, these kind of powerful passports, and they don't use it, they don't get out of their own country. I just, like, you know, you're kind of.
I think it's the same with anything because, again, in the UK, like education is free, college free, like all of that.
Oh, even college.
College is free.
Yes. I remember.
So it's like you don't really take full advantage of it because you think, yeah, it's free, it's dead anyway. You know, you don't think it's like, if you paid for it, you'd like, yo, I need to take care of this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't work for something, you take it for granted.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So
that is true.
I think that's a mindset with a lot of things, and especially like people who are born here with, you know, like decent opportunities at their feet. You know what I mean? Even the passport.
Even the passport. That's what every single person I meet, and they tell me. So when I moved recently to whoever I met, and it was like, hey, like, I lived in this city my whole life, or I've lived in this state my whole life. I'm like, dude, get out of here.
Yeah.
If you're in the East Coast, go to if you're in the East Coast, go to the West Coast. If you're in the West Coast, go to the South or something, or like just move around. So get to a different place and see. But I just told them, like, man, if you can get out of your country, because I mean, a lot of people have to finish their education and things to after like before they move out, or before they get out of the country for a bit. But yeah, I just think people need to experience more, because there's just so much knowledge out there so many resources out there and so many people out there to kind of like take take in. And you know what? A lot of people who are the most knowledgeable
Mm-hmm.
and the most experienced are the ones who don't kind of put themselves out there for some reason. I don't know why.
What do you mean?
That's what I've like realized as well. Like, what is it called? Um, who was telling me this? Yeah, so my brother, one of my brothers, he was like, he went somewhere as well, and there was this person who had like a lot of religious knowledge, right? And you see like all these religious people out there, like kind of saying all these good things and great things, and you see them as so knowledgeable. But the thing is, like, a lot of like people who like you can just meet somebody anywhere, and they're like literally the most knowledgeable person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, whether you want how you want to measure knowledge is up to you, but it's just like you when you meet more people, there's just so much knowledge in them too. Because the thing is, every single you meet in the world knows something that you don't, right? They know something,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have knowledge of something that you don't. You must not, because
Yeah.
you have different experiences. So it's just like, why not go out of your own way to kind of like meet people, kind of like learn more, get more perspective, hear more stories, hear more lessons and mistakes that they made, because that's all we have. That's all we have. Yeah.
I think it's so much to it, because like I walk through this office to come here like every morning, right?
Yeah.
And I walk past some of the other businesses here, some of the people, and I'll stop and say hello, how you doing, this and that.
Yeah.
And they'll just like keep their head, they keep their head down and they walk past. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like,
Keep their head down and walk past.
yeah, like how to say it, it's just like the world is not like people don't connect with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Huh.
Like people, like not all people, but most of the people,
Okay.
they're like really conservative. Like people won't just start a conversation with you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not normal for people. Like I'm like, you see how wide that the hallway is, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone's walking past you and I'm like, I'm looking at them.
Hey, how was your day?
Yeah,
Or things
I'm
like
ready
that.
to
Do you
make-
start anything though? Like, do you like ask
Most of
them
the
a
time-
question?
No. Like most of the time I'm ready to start a conversation.
But they're
just
not.
like, even if it's a greeting.
They're closed off.
They don't make eye contact or none of that. I'm just like, there's so much aspects to everything, man. And I just think that, like with the whole phone situation, everyone lives there. And, and here it's just like, you just go past people,
I've lost faith in the world.
No, the passionate people are out there, man.
Yeah. No, but there are amazing people out there. There
Yeah.
are. It's just, I feel like, those like, the thing is, to them, to a lot of people are introverts. I know you told me, I don't know if you are really reserved as well, but the thing is, you're also more outgoing as well.
Yeah,
it's
like
kind of both.
Yeah, no, I'm a mixture, because see, the thing is when I meet new people, I close up to just try and understand them first. Like
It's to a limit, to an extent.
yeah, like if I'm in a group full of people, and I don't know them, I'll be quiet, and then I'll just figure out like,
You
okay,
observe.
he's this kind of person, and like,
You judge them.
I'm just not so much, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like, okay, he's got this vibe, he's like this. And,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
That's good to do. Like,
Trying to understand them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Good.
I won't say, oh, he's an idiot. No, I'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, like he's like this. Do you know what I mean?
There's a difference
And
between
energies.
Yeah, there's a difference between like kind of like judging. I would call this judging, but in a good way, right? Because the bad way of judging is like without even having a conversation, somebody judging them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you're already having a conversation,
Yeah.
and then you kind of make your mind on how to go by the conversation or go through the conversation, and
Yeah, because it's like I don't think, oh, he's like that. It's like I'm trying to understand them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I'm trying to like like people say, oh, you read people, this and that.
Yeah,
And it's like that,
it's like that. Okay.
So it's just like, where's his mind at, like what's he talking about, or which perspective is he coming from? And like I've met a lot of people in my life, man. A lot of different type of people. And it's just over like that's what I'm saying is a blessing and a curse. The blessing is that, where I've been, I've seen this certain character. Do you know what I mean? like in this kind of place. Like for example, when I was living in North and South, yeah, you'd see the similar characteristic of a certain person,
Yeah.
and then you'd be like, okay, like that's that kind of guy. Do you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, and it's not like, oh, I moved there, and it's like, no, bro, I went to like, I think, all in all, maybe 15 or 16 different schools. Do you know what I mean? It was that
That's a
frequent.
lot.
Yeah, it was that frequent. Like sometimes I'd live somewhere for 3 months and bang on to the next place. You know, and there's the curse of it is the consistency. Do
Consistency.
you know what I mean? Like I have friends, that are like quite old. So like I think the oldest friend I have was 13 or 14 years. We've been friends, you know. But it's not many of them. Do you know what I mean? It's not many. It's probably, well, he is, and then a lot of people I don't, because the you know, the vibe of the kind of people that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, the curse is the consistency, you know. I just think it's, again, it's like it's all my fault, the mess I make,
Yeah.
you know. But I'm inconsistent with some things. Do you know what I mean? So
When you move a lot, like, did you make like really good connections, or did you just make surface level connections?
no, because when you're younger, because it was like school. So
Okay.
like in the early days, it's like, you know, obviously you start a new school or whatever, it's like daunting or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, you make best friends. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You go through that, like, oh, okay, he's my best friend for these couple of weeks or
Yeah.
whatever, and you spend a lot of time with each other, you get to know each other, blah blah.
Yeah. Do you still like? But what about now? Are they still your close friends, or are they just like surface level?
Surface level, no.
Okay.
It would just probably be high by now. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you know what I mean? Just like, you know,
Yeah.
like kind of small talk stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. People go their own ways, like, you know.
Yeah.
So wait, so all these offices around here, like, are there? What kind of companies are there? Like, have you?
So we've got lawyers, we've got quite a few real estate people in here.
Oh, and are they just like all of them just starting off? Or?
No. There's I think most of them are established. But a lot of them are employees. Like not everyone in here is like a business owner. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, not everyone's.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
that makes sense.
So it's like, and that's the thing. Like when I talk to people, yeah, I like to talk productively and talk. I don't really care for small talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I was a family. I was like. Sometimes it has to be done, but
Yeah.
more often I do want like some good conversations with people. You know, like talk about this and that, and you know, not everyone's down for it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the whole thing what I was saying about, you know, people don't want to connect with people. Do you know what I mean? Like some people, like I do. Do you know what I mean? When I deleted all the social media apps off my phone, I told myself, I'm gonna start interacting with people more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that was a
one
couple-
person a day, man.
Yeah,
One
like
person a day.
literally, like I deleted all the snaps and snaps, the apps, and I was just telling myself, like, you know, let's start having real conversations. Do you know what I mean? Because you know it's easy. Like today, I messaged someone on Facebook about something to do with your place next door,
Okay.
and you know the conversation was cool, but you know, I don't think you could build something like that. Like that's all a platform, and people have like grown to hide behind the platform. You know, because when I remember when I was like 15 or 16, I could message any female I wanted to without any worry. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like at that age, would you approach that female and say, hey, what's up? Like, let's go kick it. Or, you know what I mean? Just like that whole platform. And people have become accustomed to that. And this whole real life stuff has become further away from
Yeah.
now. Do you know what I mean? It's like when before the smartphone, you know, you'd literally, I remember, you know, you stop in the middle of the road and you just ask a stranger, oh, hey, how do you get to this place? And they'll be like, oh, you go this way. And
That's
that way.
what we used to do in Pakistan when I lived there.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's just like everything is just, it's so easy and it just, everyone's disconnected.
Instant, man. Instant gratification. Instant everything.
Do you know what I mean?
Just, yeah.